First match of the tournament is Manuela Maleeva and Melissa Gurney. Maleeva 19 years old, Gurney 17 years old. Maleeva won the first set 6-4. Gurney broke in the first game of the second set and is serving at 15-40 and now down double break point. So Maleeva breaks right back and games are 1-all here in the second set. Kind of an erratic first set, Steve, for Melissa Gurney. She fought up off a couple of set points in the 10th game and then sort of gave it back to Manuela Maleeva.
That's true, Sam. She was down double set point, got back to deuce, fought through another deuce, but it took too much out of her, and finally Maleeva closed out the set.
Double fault. Manuela Maleeva lost in the first round of this tournament last year. Well placed by Melissa Gurney.
I've watched Melissa play in the juniors. The first time I saw her play a pro event, she was playing another very tough baseliner, not unlike Maleeva, Chris Everett Lloyd in LA a few years ago.
Mary,
and Sam, there Steve, she came out on the court and brought her own jug of water. She looked like a little junior kid going out on the court. She had a couple of rackets. She had a little towel there. She had a little jug of water. It was so cute. It was a tough match, I should say.
I don't think Chris thought it was too cute when Melissa won the first set either.
It was an amazing match.
She was with her all the way to 4-all in the second. She went down 6-1 in the third.
She was exhausted. She's gotten a lot tougher.
Good anticipation.
I tried to get Chris Everett Lloyd to talk about how tough Gurney was in the press conference because I was so impressed by how hard-hitting a baseliner this player was, how composed she was in playing Chris. Chris didn't want to admit it, but the next day in the locker room she said to me, "How good is Melissa Gurney?"
Mary, do you remember Melissa's coach, Robert Lansdorp, sitting at courtside and yelling out, "Come on, Tracy"?
That's right.
Referring to one of his ex-pupils, Tracy Austin.
Who used to give Chris headaches as well. Oh, that's a tough shot by Maleeva.
Very pretty shot. Saves one break point.
Just think Maleeva might have a little bit too much savvy still against Gurney.
Gurney has run the baseline very well, but they're making an error, and it's back to deuce.
That's the whole point, though, Sam. She is being forced. She's being moved around so much by Maleeva. Very often in the baseline rallies, it's not Gurney who's controlling the points.
Taking turns making errors. Another break point for Gurney, her third.
But Sam, that was a case in point to back what Mary was saying, because even in that rally when Maleeva made the forehand unforced error, she was in total control. She just missed the opening.
Oh, mishit the overhead.
Shame there, Mary. Gurney made such a nice approach shot down the line off her forehand, set up what was a relatively easy smash, and just flailed at it.
Well, Steve, this Garden, this is the first time that Melissa has ever played here. As a matter of fact, she hadn't seen Madison Square Garden until this afternoon when she practiced here. And she said she couldn't wait to see it. But I think, you know, it's a little tough. This is a tough place to play. First time. Maleeva's played here a bunch of times.
Very, very well.
Sam, I think that Maleeva wants to make amends because not only did she lose first round, as you mentioned, which was to Bonnie Gadusek in March, but in her previous time here, she lost to Pam Shriver in a tough 3-set match. So I think she'd like to set the record straight and show the New York crowds at the Garden how well she can play.
Third game of the second set. Games are 1-all. Maleeva took the first set 6-4. Serve was a little long.
It's interesting how much more time Manuela seems to have on the baseline than her opponent. That last passing shot is a good example of how well she's controlling a lot of these rallies.
Oh, fine point for Melissa Gurney. Excellent placement on her shots.
She took advantage of a drop shot from Maleeva that was way too deep there, Mary. Let's take a look at this ISO, Melissa Gurney. Swings from low to high. They're just slight topspin on her forehand. Good footwork. Then she hits the two-hander down the line, and she's got the winner. Deceptive on her two-hander.
Fourth deuce of this game. Maleeva, the backhand down the line.
Manuela doesn't seem afraid to get Melissa Gurney up into the net. As a matter of fact, she's almost inviting her in with these drop shots, knowing that she'll have a good pass.
And Maleeva, after 4 deuces, has held serve in the third game of the second set. Maleeva leading 2-1. This is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden.
Tonight is a special night at Madison Square Garden. The original 9 from 1971 that started this Virginia Slims Championships will be on hand and will receive special honors in a special presentation. And one of them is with me right now, Rosie Casals. What does it mean to receive the honor tonight?
Oh, it's a wonderful occasion. It's everybody's gotten together finally since 1973, so it's great to see all the faces, and certainly it's nice to be recognized as being a pioneer.
What surprises you most about the evolution of the game?
I think the money and the popularity and the fact that we can play in Madison Square Garden nowadays.
Rosie Casals, when you see a lot of the youngsters out there tonight, do you get these spine-tingling feelings?
that I'd like to play or something like that? Certainly. I think it's great that the game has progressed, and certainly I think it's great, you know.
Over 20 major doubles titles for this woman, Rosie Casals.
Maleeva holding serve in the third game of the second set with some difficulty, fighting off 3 break points. Now Melissa Gurney to serve.
Mary, it's interesting. You made the comment, and we keep stressing about the way Maleeva controls the rallies. But what I like about it is she doesn't do it with just outright pace. She does it with deception and great ball control.
And so clean and true are Maleeva's strokes that Gurney doesn't seem to be able to be reading anything. You know, she seems half a step late to nearly every shot.
Just 17 years old. Stands 5'4", 142 pounds. From Palos Verdes, California, Melissa Gurney. That time trying to take a little off on that sliced backhand, went wide.
Well, Gurney had already taken a lot of pace off the ball herself, Sam, with an underspin forehand.
19-year-old Manuela Maleeva from Bulgaria had a real good rise in 1984, Steve.
She did, Sam. She won the Italian Open that year, beating Chris Evert-Lloyd in the finals. In fact, she won 3 matches that final day, and she beat Bassett in the semifinals after finishing off Ruzic in the morning, and then closed off by beating Chris Evert-Lloyd for the title. It was a great year for her.
Oof. Maleeva breaking.
And then what, Steve? Is it that Manuela had to face a bunch of serve and volley players? Perhaps these kind of shots that are working against Gurney tonight, moving about from the baseline, aren't good enough to face the Pam Shrivers and Hana Malakovas and Martinez, the power hitters ahead of her. Is that fair to say?
I think so. I think she's had a lot of problems in the serve and volleys, although she's done rather well against the Sokovas and Cody Kilshes. Pam's given her problems, and certainly she's never been able to touch Martina. And then in turn, Mary, I think she lost some matches against fellow baseliners too, partially through nerves, matches she could have won.
Gurney continues to make errors, and Maleeva in control of the match at this point.
I think she senses, Sam, that she can't really find a way to force Manuela into making mistakes, and then she starts making the mental mistakes herself.
Ace.
Such a smooth serve. Really no break in the rhythm at all. So she can unleash some power every now and then, though she's not known for aces.
Maleeva's best service game of the match. She holds it love, is up a break, leading 4-1 in the second set of our opening match.
Hitting home runs is the fun part of my job. Catching is the tough part, the sweaty part. But you won't catch me showering with deodorant soap. I made a break from all that. A clean break with Ivory. Look, that's basic, natural, honest soap. Not like soaps that cover you with smelly perfumes or deodorants. What's that got to do with clean? Ivory's clean is an honest clean. You can smell it, you can feel it.
Make a clean break, because you just can't beat Ivory's Honest Clean.
Even when you got a special date.
When you're smiling. Hold it. Stop the music. Did you hear the news? The New York, New Jersey Subaru dealers, where customer satisfaction comes first, beat the competition with bottom-line deals. The lowest prices on Subaru XT Coupe, station wagons, sedans, 3-doors, and hatchbacks. Bottom line deals mean affordable financing that'll save you hundreds. Bottom line deals mean lower monthly payments, buy or lease. Bottom line deals mean our best price on your bottom line. Now at your New York, New Jersey Subaru dealers.
They have met twice before, and Maleeva has won both matches.
Pattern a little different here tonight, Sam, because in the other two matches, Maleeva won the first set easily and had a tougher second set. It appears tonight as though it'll be the opposite way around.
Martin Parker is the man in the chair for this match.
This is something I really feel Melissa must do more of. She's got to spread her shoulders and go for her shots at this point in the match. She's known as a dangerous, hard-hitting player, and that's the only way she'll get Maleeva off stride.
Right down the line with a forehand for Maleeva. 2 points away from going up 2 breaks and virtually sealing the match. Double break point. And Gurney has been unable to hold serve. In fact, she's only gotten 1 point in each of her 3 service games in the second set. Another break. Maleeva up 5-1 in the second set.
Mary, it seems to me there's almost a teasing quality to Maleeva's play against Gurney. The way she hits those passing shots, it gets just soft and angled and deceptive, and Melissa can't really have much of a reply.
And though Melissa is trying to make her game more all court, she still isn't nearly as comfortable in the net as she'd like to be. Maleeva knows that.
Fine cross-court backhand by Gurney.
Too little, too late, I'm afraid. This is when Melissa is at her toughest, when she really goes for the shot, times it well, and lets it ride.
Too deep.
There's dynastic quality to both these players. Manuela has 2 younger sisters who play a lot of tournament tennis. Katerina Maleeva, one of her sisters, has already played world-class tennis, and she's got a younger one, Magdalena. Same thing with Gurney. She's got 2 younger sisters who played tournament tennis. There's going to be a lot of Gurneys and Maleevas in the future.
There's some life left for Gurney yet. She's got a triple break point here. pace on the backhand shots. Saves one break point. Maleeva was broken in the first game of this second set, then won the next 5 games. Excellent serve by Maleeva. Saves another break point.
Well, earlier, Sam, in the deuce court, she'd served that ace up the middle, and there she showed how well she can slice you wide. She gets a lot of weight behind that first serve. It's underrated among the baseliners. I think it's one of the best first serves in the game.
Gurney volleys into the net, and it's deuce.
And it's far stronger than Melissa's serve. That's definitely the worst part of Melissa's game. Manuela has done a good job of getting herself back into the game with more clever passing.
And again, a drop shot to draw her to the net.
Yes, too often Gurney is being brought into the net, and she's never there on her own terms.
Another fine serve right down the middle. Again.
Match point, Maleeva.
It's a nice package, Mary, to be able to hit that flat, fairly flat one up the middle and then be able to slice you wide and keep your opponent guessing.
And an ace. Maleeva closes the match by winning 6 straight points. Coming back from triple break point. Manuela Maleeva closes it out with 2 aces and defeats Melissa Gurney 6-4, 6-1 in the first match of the $1 million Virginia Slims Tennis Championships. This is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden. A full week of tennis action comes your way here at Madison Square Garden. You can be a part of it. Tickets for all upcoming sessions are still available. So for information and orders, call 212-563-8954. Operators are standing by right now to take your order. Plenty of good seats still available. But the end of the week, the semifinals and the finals, gets very crowded here at Madison Square Garden. Outstanding attendance in the most attended women's tennis tournament. Of course, tomorrow night, the champion, defending champion 3 times, Martina Navratilova, will be in action tomorrow night. Hanna Mondlikova, Pam Shriver. So get out to Madison Square Garden and see it firsthand. The Virginia Slims Championships. Tickets available at the number you see right on your screen.